Hey, baby, this is your boy Darren Brown coming to you again with Brightway Insurance and Darmac Builders. I'm coming to you. Hey, I'm giving you the construction knowledge. I'm giving you insurance knowledge, finance, real estate. I'm bringing to you regarding to your business and letting you know what I know. And when it comes onto this industry that I am in, I'm in the industry of building. I'm in the industry of construction. I'm in the industry of real estate, insurance, property insurance. So I'm trying to bring everything to light, making sure that you know what you're doing before something happens, and then you asking what you should do. All right. Now, what I want to talk about today is, hey, you just bought a lot. What I'm going to do with it? Well, hopefully you're going to build on it, right? Because lots doesn't make you any money unless you're harvesting, crops or something like that. So when you out there and say, hey, I'm going to buy this lot. So if you hold on to it, and year after year after year, you have an expense. And that expense is what? Okay, one, you got to cut the grass and maintain it. Two, you got to pay taxes on it. All right, because you got to pay taxes on it. So one of the problems I have when people buy land and they hold on to it, and I was guilty of this too, is that you think that, okay, I got it, it's always going to be there, but you also are losing money, okay, if you don't develop it. What was the purpose of you buying it? It's not like you bought a building and you fixing it up and you want to, rent it out down the road. You can't rent this land out. And I'm just talking, and I don't want to hear people talking, oh, yes, you can. No, I'm just talking about, hey, you bought your residential lot. You bought it with a purpose to build something on it. So you need to put that in motion. You need to put that in action. And so when you do this, I want you guys to kind of like understand, okay, what is my step one, step two, step three, right? If it's a money issue and you don't have the money to build, okay, that's kind of going backwards, because why did you buy the land? Okay, but we don't want to get into that. So you bought this land and you bought it to the purpose that you're going to build your dream house, you're going to build a spec house, you're going to do something. Then you need to do that. Okay, you need to do that. Or if you bought it, say, hey, I want to flip this lot. If you did that with the intention, hey, I'm going to save it for 10 years or whatever, because I feel like, hey, the wave is going to come this direction. This land is going to be worth something. Okay, all right, fine. If that's your game plan, then that's your game plan. It's not my game plan, but if that's your game plan, this video may not be something that you want. But what I'm getting at is, you bought it. What's your next move? Get in a situation where you can develop that land, because now you become a developer. You acquired this land. I didn't say you was a contractor. You acquired this land and now you want to develop it. And so let's say you're going to develop it by building a single family house. So what is my steps? So my steps is that you have done all the work. Hey, I know this lot is big enough for me to put my house on. I've done I did my geological test report, which is a soil report test on this land. I did all those steps. Okay, let's get all that out of the way. I done spoke with my architect. I done did all like that. Now I need to speak to a contractor. Okay, so once you speak with the contractor, you get all these things like, hey, what is the market doing? Maybe one of the reasons why, okay, when I bought this land, the market was going very well, and now I'm getting ready to build, the market is taking a dive. Yes, I done that same thing. So I'm not going to be that 2008. It is what it is. All right, but you can't time it. I mean, you could try to time it, but when you building something, remember, you're not turning this thing over in a month or two. You may, especially in Florida, it may take you a year to build this house if you start like today with everything. Like, I got my plans, I got this, I got submitted to the building department, I got to wait till it gets back, and then I got to start construction on it. I got, in Florida, we got this weather called hurricane, and so you may not finish that property until a year from now, or 10 months from now, or 9 months. I mean, that's stretching it, but that's with you submitting the plans in, getting them in, getting the plans from the building department, and starting to put that shovel in the ground. So you need to know these facts, because if you don't know these facts, then you just buy land just because you got caught up into something, right? Buying land and building something is sort of like a 1-year thing if you start right away. You buy a house that you need to renovate it, that could be a 2-month thing, right? I got to renovate it, I got to get still plans, I got to gut it out or whatever. So you may be 2 or 3 months as opposed to a year or longer, depending on what you're building. So when you buy land, what is your purpose of buying this land? What is your goal? Okay, what I'm going to do with this. And if you're not a contractor, you have to go find a contractor. You're going to have to interview a contractor. You're going to say, hey, I want to build this house. I got to get a budget for it. I got to do this. Stop going to contractors and say, hey, what's your square foot price? What is this, that, and the other? That's all well and good. If you want to do that, go to where they're building all these houses that look the same. You go to them, and then if somebody going to tell you what the square foot house price on that. But remember, they're building 100 of those. So that square foot price is going to be different than what they're going to build one of yours. So if you're going to do that, you're going to have to invest a little bit of money in the very beginning by, hey, let me get these plans, what I'm going to build, and then you hand it to the contractor, so the contractor can bid on the project that he or she sees. Okay? That is how this works. Okay? People want, oh, give me a square foot this, square foot that. I'll be like, okay. Well, because if you're basing on where you're going to build based on the number I'm giving you on a square foot price, you're doing it. That's not the right way to do it. You're gonna have to even when I'm building, I'd be like, I don't know what this is gonna cost me. I know what I want. Okay, let me design it. Let me get it down where I need to get it, right? And then I'd be like, okay, now let me get this to my mechanical guy. Let me get this to my electrician. Let me get this to my plumber. Let me get this to my framer and drywall. Let me give this to, you know what I mean? Let me get this to my trust company. Let me give all these variables are in here, you know? Then I can figure out what I'm going to do, the structural part. Okay, this foundation is a little bit bigger than I thought, so I got to deal with this. And I got to, you know, so there's things that you got to do as a builder when you become a developer. Okay, so don't put the cart before the horse. It's another way of saying it. Always do your homework. So this video about, again, so like I said, if you guys like this video, you like what I'm doing, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Darmac Builders. I'm going to bring you this information on a regular. Some of it's going to be some of you veterans, you know this already. Some of you newbies, you don't. Some of you homeowners that want to build, you don't know it. So I'm gonna try to give it to you in that kind of fashion. I'm gonna try to help you out as much as I can with the information that I have. I'm not trying to hide anything. There's no hidden agenda. Like, I'm gonna tell you everything, but I'm not gonna tell you need sugar to put in the cake. No, I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna tell you everything that I know. If I'm missing out something, then you will be able to find out, okay, oh, they're gonna tell me about the permitting, I gotta sign it. You know, that kind of, I mean, there's gonna be things that you're gonna need to do on your own, but I'm trying to eliminate the legwork. You got your land. Bottom line is, if you're buying land, the purpose is to buy something. I mean, to build. There's no reason to hold it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Okay, there's no reason. You know, and like I said, I'm in the business. I'll be like, because, you know, you get tied up in other things, and, you know, life gets in the way, and you're doing other things, and 1 year goals, and 2 year goals, and 3 year goals. You be like, man, I got this lot. Why am I building stuff on it, right? So what I'm telling you is that if you out there and you want a part of the real estate, but you want to come from the ground up, you buy the land, you need to start right away. Don't try to time the market, whatever, because the good thing about it is, if you start it and the market's taking out, at least you got plans, at least you got, you know, it's submitted into the building department, you're getting comments on it, what things you need to correct, what things you need to fix, those kind of things. And so I want you guys to be very diligent when it comes to buying a piece of land. I really do, because if you don't, all you're doing is spending money on something that's not making you money, and that's not how you need to be introduced into real estate. Okay, so subscribe to it, check me out, let's do this thing, and let's get big together. Peace.